Hello, today is November 8th, 2024, and you are watching the Philippines Social News. Here is today's story. For 13 Asia-Pacific countries, we ask, would the government prefer Kamala Harris or Donald Trump as the next US president? Just 4 days after the 47th American president moves into the White House in 2025, a pair of VIPs from China will begin receiving a stream of excited visitors. The much-awaited debut of the giant pandas on January 24th at Washington's Smithsonian National Zoo, where they are now under quarantine, could hardly be timed better. The furry emblems of China's soft power have charmed Americans since the Nixon years, but the bar is higher for the guileless Bao Li and Qingdao. The relationship between the two great powers has frayed to the point of breakage. And most of their Asian partners, bound to both countries through trade and security, wonder if it is all only downhill from now. Expectations are low, no matter who wins the deadlocked November 5th election, but it would seem that Asia cautiously views Vice President Kamala Harris as the better option. Former President Donald Trump's second stint could come with massive tariff hikes and another trade war, with severe consequences for China-centric manufacturing networks across Asia. His wish for a weaker US dollar could weaken Southeast Asian exports. And the pressure on ASEAN nations to choose sides in the China-US rivalry could escalate quickly as Trump prioritizes competition with China. Ms. Harris may walk further along the more predictable path laid by President Joe Biden. She will likely target for sanctions on a select, but growing, number of industries deemed critical to US economic security. Her consultative, multilateral approach will at least feel less abrasive. But neither candidate packs policies that can be viewed as ideal, said Asian and American officials, diplomats, businesses and think tankers in interviews with the Straits Times. Many would agree with Malaysia's Deputy Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Liu Chintong's assessment that the difference between Ms. Harris and Trump is a matter not of direction, but intensity. Neither can turn back the clock to a simpler, unipolar world. Trump will definitely take a far more isolationist and America-first approach, but it doesn't mean Harris will be able to take the world back to 1995, when WTO was formed, Mr. Liu said, referring to the hopes spurred for reduction of trade barriers and expansion of global trade at the birth of the World Trade Organization. If there is no big crisis, then Southeast Asian countries will probably get on with Trump 2.0 with a grimace, said Mr. Greg Poling from Washington's Center for Strategic and International Studies. They will get through without too much disruption, which is what happened the last time. But there might be a souring of sentiment towards the US, a double-digit drop in trust in US leadership. And the US government will find it harder to get public or diplomatic support for initiatives, he added. Singapore's Foreign Minister Vivian Balakrishnan put it pragmatically while speaking to the media after attending the UN General Assembly in New York in September. We will deal with the consequences of elections, and we will engage whoever is victorious, he said.